Welcome to the Quilt Show, everyone. On today's show, we're rolling out the red carpet for the one and only First Lady of Quilting, Eleanor Burns. And it just so happens it's a very special anniversary for her as well. Stick around, it's going to be a wonderful show. Inspiration and education with your co-hosts on the Quilt Show, Alex Anderson and Ricky Timms.
Welcome to the Quilt Show. We are so glad you're joining us, and I know you're glad you're here today too, right, audience?
Absolutely, and I'm going to be so glad that you've joined in too. We are celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Queen of Quilting. Welcome to the Quilt Show, Eleanor Burns! Oh, thank you.
I know, right? It's Ricky all over the place.
I tell you, I don't think I've ever worn a boa before.
Wow.
For you, anything, my darling.
You could strip later.
I can strip later. I will strip later. Now, those of you that are quilters know where that's coming from, all right? Just so you know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We did a legend show on you
2011.
2011.
Yeah.
And your whole background is amazing, and what you have built is just beyond.
Let's just say the words, quilt and a day.
Woo!
Does that make you feel good? I mean, it's just a little idea that got born, and it's become a 40-year journey.
Right.
That's fabulous.
Well, let's take a look at the first quilt. You've done 100 and how many books?
This is 114.
Is that amazing?
114. I can't even believe it.
I'm gonna go to this because this is 40 fabulous years, and you say that this is the closest it'll ever come to an autobiography.
Exactly.
So you guys want to get this, and the quilts we're going to see today are from this book, right?
Exactly.
All right, the 12-inch block log cabin. Tell us about that one.
Okay, so the quilt that I did has the setting of the log cabin blocks, because that was my first book.
Yep, it was.
Yes, and that's the book that got so many people started.
Truly, Eleanor, truly, you brought so many people into the net. Thank you.
Thank you. So there's 28 log cabin blocks, and then I did 14 piece blocks, and each one of those blocks has a little bit of a story of my life. It's just really, really fun.
So the quilt itself is like an autobiography.
It is, and that's all I'm going to do, Ricky. No more. Too much fun.
You did kind of those are 12-inch, and then over here we have 6-inch blocks.
Right, right. And on the left, my friend Teresa did that one. They're exactly the same blocks, and this time she took a jelly roll and actually cut little strips out of the jelly roll and set the blocks together with the log cabin. We love the little touch of rickrack and then the wave finish around the outside edge.
It's a wonderful quilt. It's happy.
It's happy.
Exactly. Now, we were chatting about the quilt, and you said the colors were special to you as well in this quilt.
Yes. Well, of course, I had to do red, white, and blue.
Yes.
I was born July 3rd. My mom said I'm an early firecracker. I popped too soon, but I still love red, white, and blue. That's my favorite color choice.
Well, and look at this next one. It is fabulous.
And that is one block out of the 40 fabulous years. It's the Liberty Star. And I picked it because of being patriotic, but also I'm just so proud of my dad who fought in World War II. I I was started in a little house in Colorado.
Really?
That's what my mom told me.
How about that?
And he was born right after I.
So that's where
right
the
after,
oven was at the time?
Yes,
All
right after the war.
Good.
Right after the war, and then he came home.
Now, recently you were inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's
Yes.
pretty awesome, Eleanor.
Oh, thank you.
Tell everybody what that is.
Well, it's they recognize quilters that have done something significant with the quilting industry. Of course, I was selected because of all of my writing, all of my books, and teaching people. I love to get people started making quilts, and then I'm so excited when they continue on. But Quilters Hall of Fame is located in Marion, Indiana. It's the home of Marie Webster, who we call the mother of quilting in America as we know it today.
That's
wonderful.
wonderful.
It was Marie that started it all, and I'm just carrying it on.
There you go.
That
wonderful.
is great.
Wonderful. Well, you do love flying geese, and
I
the
do.
next quilt really exemplifies
I do.
that.
That is a honker of a quilt. What do you think? I love it. Well, there are two different blocks in that quilt. The first one is called Cups and Saucers. Well, first I selected Cups and Saucers because I love coffee. Have to have my coffee. But the second thing is my grandchildren love to come to Julian, to my log home, and then we go to the little tea room, and they all sit around and they drink tea, and they put their little pinky out, and just really, it's so cute.
That's
I just
great.
love it.
And the cup and saucer is one of the things we'll learn today, right?
The cups and saucers.
That's
I'm going
be
to teach. I'm going to teach you, Ricky, how to do flying geese.
I want to say this, and this is a behind-the-scenes thing. Your grandchildren hung the stars. And when we were taping the Legend show, you didn't see it, but you go, but when are we getting to the grandchildren? When are we getting to the grandchildren? You are, I bet, one of the world's best grandmas on the face of the earth.
Thank you. I went through a lot of grandpuppies, and finally I got real grandchildren. And so it's a delight. But the second block in the quilt is just called Flying Geese. And I dedicated that block to my staff, my close staff that is there. You know, we're always, we've got a leader out in the front, and they're always honking from behind. And when one gets tired, that goose falls behind, and somebody else takes over leadership. And so it's for my son Orion, who is my general manager, for Sue and Teresa, my assistants that have been very close, my artist who's been with me over 30 years. Can you believe that?
Wow.
30 years he's been with me. And then David, who is now my social media. And so I have this team of geese that's always flying behind me, just honking away.
That's wonderful. That's great. That's great. All right, we got two more quilts to look at. Tell us about this one. Very much log cabin based as well. Is it similar to one of the others?
It is a fabulous 40. I'm losing my boa. Maybe I'm too...
No, there you go. There you go. We got to keep, you're the queen, man. Get it.
Oh, but keep it away from my microphone. Okay, well, I love the 6-inch one. It is out of my homestead fabric, but what's really fun about it is that it was made by one of my students. They're two desert boys. There's two boys that come from the desert, and they made this quilt. And it's really funny. I meant to write desert boys, but it's spelled dessert boys. So their job is to bring dessert to every block party.
Oh, yay. I'll take the dessert.
Now, I want to respectfully ask you this question because it's in the notes, and I don't think I'd normally say it. So this must have come from you.
Yes.
You've turned into a klutz?
I know. But I haven't had an accident for a year.
Okay.
So that's really good.
So how are you handling this new part of your
This klutz
To learn how to adapt your body.
They say getting old's not for wimps, right?
I know,
yeah,
for sure.
And I know I can feel that.
So this rotary cutting thing, forget that. I went right to the AccuQuilt cutter. It's like a torn rotator cuff here, open heart, broken leg.
Right.
I'm doing pretty good, though.
You are doing great.
Yeah.
You are
Thank you.
doing great. You're doing great.
Thanks.
Doing great. Now, the last quilt, is it the same fabrics in the previous
It
quilt?
is. Yeah. It's my homestead fabric. It's the line that I did this year with Benartex. All of the prints in that fabric are taken from an 1880 quilt.
Oh, wow.
And they were inspired by that. But then the coloration was all with Benartex and I. And so each one of those blocks, again, they're exactly all the same blocks, just different colorways, different stories.
That's wonderful.
So, Eleanor, thinking back 40 years ago,
Yes.
when you were just starting and having to
Yes.
make a living and all that, did you ever even imagine your impact on the world?
Oh, how could I? Oh my goodness, no. It's been a wonderful trip though.
It has been.
And I still love it. I still love to get out there and teach, meet the people, carry on, have fun. I can't wait to go home at night and sew. That's my biggest pleasure. So it's been quite a ride, but what fun.
I know.
You know, you were an inspiration to me when I was a baby quilter starting. I saw you on television. I know that
Thank
many
you.
of you out there have
you.
cut your teeth on quilting with Eleanor. Am I right?
Thank
Am
you.
I right?
Thank you.
Absolutely. So I'm ready to go sew.
Okay, well, I understand you two are going to take flight in the next segment.
Yes.
Okay.
Woo.
Here we go.
Stick around.
A human map of light opened up the way. A net of silver beads had shone, the dewdrops frozen on the lake. You know my heart is warm, a circle made in the night. My eyes for you, my arms to hold on to. Everything was always there.
Welcome back, everyone. I don't know how we can have too much fun on the Quilt Show, but just in the break, we're having fun, right?
This is fun.
You know, Eleanor, quilters love chocolate.
Oh, I do.
Oh, I know you do. So just so you know,
Those are my favorite.
yes, we know. We know. So if you're feeling a little down during this segment, if that's even possible, if you need some chocolate,
We'll indulge.
we can indulge. We most
thank
certainly
you.
can.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Ricky. My
You're welcome.
favorite.
So we're going to be doing cups and saucers, right?
Yep,
We're going to
cups
do
and
that in this
saucers.
segment. And I do want to go back to we didn't see the picture before, but
Oh,
this is the tea
I know.
party, right?
That is my 5 beautiful grandchildren. One of our tea parties out in front of Quilting a Day. My only grandson, I tell him he's my favorite because he's my only one. And 4 little girls, and we are just having such a great time.
That's wonderful, wonderful. So let's talk about the block. You said that you had to do some research on this.
Why is this block called Cups and Saucers? And this is an antique one, actually a replica of an antique one. And so you gotta use your imagination. But Ricky, you're showing it perfect.
Is that what
Don't
it
you
is?
see the cup and saucer?
Isn't that great?
It's cup and saucer. Well, you see there's a center square, there's 2 geese that go along here, and then there's a half square triangle in the corner that puts it all together, and now flip it, and here it is all new, modern, fresh. 2 flying geese, red and yellow. A nice center square. I love large scale.
Yeah,
red,
that's a
white, and
beautiful
blue. This
center.
is me. And then it just has the half square triangles in the corners.
You know, I love
Same.
that you do red, white, and blue, and then you throw in that yellow as a little fun thing.
I know, and I did a show one time, I said I hated yellow, but I'm over it.
Oh, you're over it now.
I'm over it.
And here's another wonderful colorway.
Really soft. I love the 1930s. Really
So we're going
fun.
to be doing this guy.
Exactly.
All right.
So we're going to start out. This is the big deal. Flying geese, right? Flying geese. Oops,
you
wrong
did.
end. I always forget. I get all kinds of these gifts. you
Either
see.
chocolate or a honker. Either way,
Either
right?
one, they're good, they're good. So this is our way. This is a Quilt in a Day way of doing flying geese. And the thing is, everybody's afraid of flying geese. They think that they're not going to get those. They call them like the geese in the sky. Look, they're afraid that they're not even going to get that 1/4-inch seam at the top, make it perfect, so they can't do it.
And it has to be pointy.
It has to be. Oh, yes, it has to be perky.
Yeah.
Very perky.
Okay, well, we wanna learn how to do that today.
I might be X-rated and sent off the show. Okay, so on the Quilt in a Day method, we do 2 squares. 2 squares make 4 geese.
Okay.
Perfect. Perky geese.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing everybody says is, okay, now how do I figure out what size squares to cut? First, they get the instructions, right? That's where they start.
Yeah, read the instructions always helps, right?
If they forget, then they can figure it out themselves. What we're gonna make today, right now, I'll put it on the white. This is our ruler that makes them perfect. This particular ruler, finish size is 2 by 4. Okay, 2 by 4. Remember those numbers.
2 by 4.
2 by 4. 2 by 4. Okay, so you work with the largest number, which is
4.
4, and you add 1.5 inches to it. So the
5.5.
very good. You passed. You passed, Ricky. That is the size of the first square, 5.5. Now take the 5.5 and add another 1.5 inches.
7.
Oh, boy, you're smart. Okay.
I practiced
you did
beforehand.
It without a calculator. So anyhow, there's the second square. Okay, so you take those 2 squares and you center it. And instead of measuring, I just eyeball it.
Get it nice and centered.
You draw a diagonal line down through the middle, and then you just sew a 1/4 inch on both sides. Do, 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 like that.
All right.
Okay?
Everybody in the audience, do, 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 do.
That's what you say when you sew. Okay, so then take a ruler, put it right on that diagonal line, and just cut it down through the middle. And now look what you got. Honk, honk.
Yes.
Okay. Now it doesn't matter. Now I have these really funny things. You go, what am I going to do with them? Okay. It doesn't matter what color it is, because you know that we get light geese and dark geese.
Right.
You look at the size of the triangle, and you take the large triangle, and you could go to an iron, but I'm so good at it with my fingernails. Just crease it along there. You press the seam towards the large triangle.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay, you got one, and you got the second one. Yeah, are we good?
Yep, I'm good. I'm good.
And now you take these 2 really funny pieces and you put them right sides together, and right away everybody wants...
Are you matching a seam?
No, that's what everybody does.
Ah.
No, Ricky. Okay, you match the outside edges, okay?
All right.
You match the outside edges, and now, doo-doo,
All right.
get rid of it. Okay, now here we are, and you will know you're right when you see the goose tails. The goose tails,
Okay,
you see
I
these?
see them, yeah.
Hanging out.
Oh, the other
wrong
side.
end. Forget it. I'll never be a hunter. And now you draw another diagonal line, and you sew. Do, 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 do.
Here we go, everybody.
Do, do,
do, do, do, do. There we go.
See, they're good,
They are
huh?
good.
Okay.
Did you know you can get a crowd to do anything?
Yeah, I know. That's what's really fun. Okay, so you cut them in half, and these are really, really weird. Okay, right? Woo, honk, honk. They're looking funny. So now you want to press your seams.
Now I know why they put me in this segment.
It wouldn't be as funny with Alex, would it? I just wanted to get you
Look at my shirt, look at my face.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now we want to press the seams in opposite directions. You just fold this piece. I just took it, folded it in half like this, and right here, just take your scissors and just cut up to the stitches. Okay? Got it? Okay, open it up. Ta-da! Ooh, aren't you excited?
I'm excited.
It
so
looks
far,
like something,
You
right?
sure missed that, though, right there in a minute.
I know, I meant to. So now you, again, just
press one,
press
to
towards
the outside,
right side, yeah. And you definitely can do it with the iron.
And flip that over so we can see how that went in 2 different directions.
Yep,
See
that was very important.
Okay, very good.
And don't let them see how crooked I cut it, Ricky.
I won't let them see. The cameras are keeping a distance.
Good. I always, when I do something, I just kind of put my finger.
Yeah, of course. You just put your finger
and
over
just
it.
keep on
It
going.
still works.
Nobody has to know.
It's television,
right?
Eleanor. It's
I know,
television.
It's television. How long have you been doing television?
Oh, good Lord. 11 years. Can you believe 11 years?
I know.
With the quilt show.
Good
That's
for
a
you.
long
Good
time.
quilt
Yeah,
show.
it's not 40, but it's 11.
So now I'm going to take this ruler, and you just take the big green triangle, you lay it on the geese. It even says geese, so you put it right on like that. Is that good?
Sure it is. And I can see that even with if there's any indiscrepancy at all, every side is going to get trimmed. And
Yes.
it's going to be absolutely...
That's a perfect quarter. Look, there's
Perfect.
even a line there. It shows you. Okay,
There's
and then
your
you
quarter
do
inch.
one side, and then you can put it on a turnable and just swing it around. You do the second side, ta-da! And now,
And...
the
da-da-da-da-da.
bottom, ta-da! Everybody says who picks up those scraps. We never tell. Okay, so there we go. Is that perfect?
That's these. Now your half square triangle.
Half square triangle. So now we've got that, and we've also got the yellow exactly the same way. You can lay those on top. This is the half square triangles. We have a ruler for everything.
Of course, because, well, tools.
Absolutely.
Tools are important.
So we take 2 rectangles and put them right sides together. Draw a straight line through the middle. I think this is, oh, look, we've got a ruler here. We can even measure. And it is 4.5 by 9.5. Straight line, diagonal lines. Do, 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 do,
Okay.
right? So
See, they already know. Did you hear them? They already know.
They already know. That's why I get things done so quickly, Ricky. I just go do, 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 do.
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
now I'm just gonna cut it in half. Cut it in fourths, right down the second diagonal line. And I have this cool ruler.
Okay.
It's called a 4.5 inch triangle square up ruler. I want to make a 4.5 inch.
Okay.
So now this way, I put the 4.5 inch line on the stitches, okay? On the stitches. On the stitches.
I've got it. And it doesn't matter if it's winky wonky on either side because it's going to turn out perfect.
The better it's winky wonky, the better. Okay, and then I just cut off my tips on one side and on the other and press it open.
And there you go.
Is that perfect?
Yay! Okay. Perfect.
Perfect.
And those are going to fly right in there.
Okay, so we've
Fabulous.
got to move on down. Oh my goodness.
Flying geese,
So
flying
look,
geese with the fun
flying
little
geese,
star in the middle.
A star in the middle. Easy, okay? It's blue and white and blue and yellow. So first you take a blue and a white.
And using the same formula before.
Exactly. And then you take a blue, and then you take a blue and a yellow.
Right.
Blue and a yellow.
Right.
Okay? And you put those right sides together. And then...
We do what we did before.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Da-da-da-da. And then you take one of each of them. Blue and white, blue and yellow. Put them right sides together. Okay, one pull my...
Yep.
Pull it down here. Okay, and now what do? You tell me.
Well, you draw a line across the middle.
Yes.
And then you're going to do on
Yes,
each side.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you're going to cut out the middle, which is what you just
then you
did.
cut it
You're
in
gonna
half, and
press
then
it.
you go honk, honk. Okay, you give me my scissors.
Okay, yes, I can. They're hiding right here. There's your
This is
scissors.
fun.
Yes, it's so much fun.
Fold it in half like this. Clip. Ta-da! And then you have to just press away. Let me get this lined up. Okay, like this. Press toward the large triangle. Turn it around. I didn't finish it, and that's it.
It's almost it.
It's
because
almost
you
it.
have a new cutting tool.
I know! I love this. Okay, So you would just square that up like that and cut it out. And then you get all of these cute little pieces.
Right, with the yellow on one side, white on the other.
Right? And then you just get rid of all that because we have to move on. Okay, so you could buy all of these individual rulers.
And you would want them for your collection.
Right, but I have something better.
Okay.
I have every size geese on this one piece of plastic.
Calling all geese.
Honk.
Honk, honk.
Forget the horn.
The little horn thing.
I can't work it anyways. Okay, so it has every measurement that we have in rulers. I numbered it because I get a little forgetful. Okay, the first triangle on the top is 1. The second triangle is 2. And this is the third one, okay? So I did the very same thing. You recognize this?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So now I'm just going to take this and we'll push all this out of the way. So I'm going to first take 1 and slide it up, okay?
Right, aligned perfectly.
Yep. And see the 1/4 inch line?
Yeah, right there, the dotted dash line right across the top.
There's a 1/4 inch line, so you take your ruler, there's a little slot in here, you put your cutter in there and you cut it in half.
That's number 1.
That's 1. And that's perfect.
It is perfect, yep.
Now you pick it up and you slide it and you go to number 2. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, now, if you don't even remember what you're supposed to be doing, you look down at these little corners and you say, okay, if I make the geese patch, these are the slots that I need to use.
Okay.
Okay, so you just put 1, cut off one side
And that
there.
centers it perfectly.
Yes, and then you just go right here and you cut off side 2. Lift it up.
That's awesome.
Ooh, are you getting excited?
Of course I'm excited.
And now 3, all you do is you slide it up, and I'm going to turn it so I can cut it. And you just put the bottom edge of the ruler right on that little tip.
And you've got it all done. What do you think, everybody? Miss Eleanor Burns. Fabulous.
Thank you.
Well, don't go away, because when we come back, Eleanor has a lot more to share with us, and Alex is up next.
All right.
Okay?
"16 colors, 16 needles. High-speed embroidery creating at up to 1,400 stitches per minute. An extra-large embroidery field, 400 by 350 millimeters. Patented narrow cylindrical lower arm, the smallest in the industry. The Bernina hook system. A fabric-based tension system. A library of 1,000 designs. Automatic thread trim. Adjustable presser foot height. The new Bernina E16. High-speed embroidery with true commercial quality. From the intuitive user interface and the smallest cylindrical embroidery arm in the industry to an impressive array of optional accessories, the E16 is the perfect partner for home, studio, or commercial projects. Applique command, rotation 190 and 180, bright LED lights, network up to 6 machines. E16 tension system. This unique system ensures threads are fed smoothly and with automatic tension adjustments for the same perfect quality on every sew-out. Embroider confidently, knowing each stitch-out will be as beautiful as you envision. The Bernina E16. The stuff dream machines are made of.
We've chosen another block that you absolutely love, and it's called
Kentucky Chain.
Okay, and you say it's easy.
It is easy.
I trust you, Elle.
Oh, there's a lot to learn in it, Alex.
Okay, so let's take a look at this quilt. Your sister made this.
Patty did this quilt. She said she wanted to make me look good. And didn't she make me look good? But it's all strips. There's a couple things. It's strips. We love strips. Are you a stripper?
Every night.
I'm a stripper too. It's a stripper. And then there's another thing in there, locking seams. Look at this. Every seam locks in this quilt. Is that not amazing?
It's fantastic. It goes flat. Here is like an original block of it because it all blends together so beautifully here.
It's hard to believe that this is this. And then you got to put your finger right there. Put your finger.
There's no lump.
It's the swirling.
Okay.
It's the magic.
So you strip and swirl.
Yes. I swirl, yes, with my boa, yes. And so this one Patty also did for me. She wanted to make it look like a garden lattice. Our mom loved clematis, I think clematis. And so she actually made the applique of the clematis and put it on both ends. And it's just so soft and pretty.
It's wonderful. It's clean looking, very clean.
It is. It's very, very clean. And she did a great job for me. So I want to show you the pieces in here.
Okay.
So
let me get this. I don't want you to burn ourselves.
Yeah. There's three fabrics. How easy is that? You're going to have the background with your triangles. You're going to have the medium and the dark.
Now, Kentucky has a very special place in your heart.
Yes, right.
Let's talk about that.
It does. We have been going to the show in Kentucky every April since 1990. Wow. I can't believe that, 1990. And now I do have a store, and above the store is a retreat area. It's so much fun. We can sew. And then we actually just bought another, it used to be a livery, a little beehive building.
Oh, wow.
Not real little, it's pretty big, and I've been doing stage shows in that building.
So no longer the tent, because for many years you rented a tent.
Oh, I know. We started out in just a little 10-foot booth in the Lions Club, and we were just, we had lines of people, and everybody got upset, and the vendors, so we stepped up to another little storefront, and then one year Orion came with me. He said, Mom, this is too little. You aren't going to teach 100 people. You're going to teach 500 people. I go, get out! And then came the tent. And we've done the tent for several years.
Do you still do the tent?
Now we're back in our own building.
Okay,
we had hurricanes and rain and everything. And we were cold. I had to hand out my quilts. Now we're back in the building again. Yes.
You figured it out.
We figured it out.
Okay.
So this is the one that I got to do. This is just a little table runner, and I absolutely love the fabrics in it and the simple quilting. So let's see. First of all, you've got to have a background square. It's only 4.5 inches square.
Okay.
And you just cut those into 4 little triangles like that. Doot, doot. You go, doot, 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 doot. Okay, and then the medium, these start out as 2 3/4 inch strips. They're cut into 4 inch and 9.5.
Okay.
The medium and the dark, same measurements.
Okay.
Okay, so then a simple, well, if you've got these little short guys, of course you're gonna take those little triangles, just flip them right sides together, do 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 do, down both sides. This is the medium short guy, right? And this is the dark short guy. Do 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 do. Okay, so now we've got to press these. Okay, you gonna be my presser? Okay, so this is the dark.
All right. How do I know which way to press?
Everybody knows how you're supposed to press the dark. You're supposed to press the dark to the dark side. The original Darth Vader pressing. You know, it's easy, just remember it. To the dark side.
I am still back to Kentucky, okay? and the circus tents and all of that. How do you keep your energy up?
Chocolate.
Yeah?
Coffee.
Yeah?
I do drink emergency C quite often.
Do you?
I packed it. I didn't need to take it yet.
Is it part of your ritual to get through it? Simply Quilts, they used to caff me up at about 4 o'clock.
I know, but you know what? Nobody believes this, but when I was a little girl, I was very shy and quiet. And I was so nervous, I hid behind my nose most of the time. But now I put my hands down, stand up straight, and just go for it.
Well, you know what I think right now? I think you need some help. Here, we have a little coffee for you.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
And what's your favorite
I said
kind?
the right lines and we didn't even rehearse them.
And so what?
Dove chocolate.
And what's your favorite coffee?
Verona. Oh my gosh. I have shivers up and down my body. I'm so excited.
Well, we got you a super large Verona here.
That's what I need.
Okay, good.
Oh my God.
But keep teaching.
I am so, and it's even hot. It's even hot. Okay, so now we're gonna press.
Okay.
Get back on it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna
Back to
take
business,
this
Elle.
dark, and you're gonna press
To the dark side.
To the dark side.
All right.
Press to the dark
You
side.
trust me on this?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Press to the dark side.
Oh, I'm going to the light side.
Oh no, you're not.
I'm going to the dark side, Elle. I'm going to the dark side.
Dark side.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to show you this, Alex.
All right.
Because I want some measurements, some marking in my work, and so you just take these pieces and you just fold them right sides together.
And just
so we
press
can find
them?
the center.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so if we do this to the dark side, there's only one side left for the medium, and it's got to be away from the
Dark side.
Yes, so this is medium. Away from the medium. That's good.
Okay,
That's okay.
okay.
You're doing good. You're doing good. You
Okay.
can share coffee with me
Okay,
later.
thank you.
Okay. So now we have both. We have both
It's
of
almost
these.
4
right?
o'clock. You know
Yeah,
how that rolls.
I know. We're gonna boogie here. Okay. So now I made 2 of these, and they're pressed to the dark side, and so I'm gonna get the opposite color.
Okay.
So if you want anything to lock together, you just press things in the opposite direction.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna take the medium.
All right.
And we're gonna put dark on it.
Oh, and you've creased this too.
I creased that.
Okay.
Is that good? Does that work?
Works for me.
Because you've got to get that lined up, because if you don't, your sister will make you unsew it and sew it again.
Well, she is a perfectionist.
Yes, she is. So that's how that goes on there.
Okay.
So we just flip these right sides together, and do exactly the same thing. And you have one that is already looks just like this.
Okay, that would be this one.
Good job.
I'm good.
Okay, so now you don't have to think anymore.
Okay.
So if these are already pressed in, then you just press these in.
Okay, do you want me to do that for you?
Yeah, so press that in.
Do you press like from the back side or the top side?
You know what? I do a mix.
Okay.
It's like I just never know. I'm going to try to figure out which way works the best.
Depends
in
if
each
it's
pet.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yes, yes. Okay, so this one is done. And now we're just going to take, we have the 2 mediums that are left.
Is that okay? Is that okay?
You did good.
Thank you.
Okay, and so now we have the dark strip, and we're going to put the opposite, and that would be the medium, right?
Okay.
And again, see, I have the little folds all in there, so you're just going to take those, line those up,
Okay.
and flip them right sides together. So, open them out, and that's that one. Okay, so now look on the back.
So yeah, let's talk about this.
So if it's already pressed out, you repeat the same pressing that you did earlier.
Oh, I get it now.
So you don't have to keep on thinking.
Right,
You just do it once. Think once.
So if you go in, you go in. If you go out, you go out. I got it, Elle. I got it.
Oh my gosh, it's the little things in life that make us excited.
Like that, right?
Really? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Okay.
So now we actually have the blocks done. I'm going to take my fussy cut ruler. Fussy cut. Do you know who named these fussy cuts?
No, who, you?
My sister Patty.
Really?
She's very fussy. This is a 6.5 inch quilt-a-day ruler, and we're going to use those little press marks that we had.
Uh-oh, I think I ironed it out.
I think you did, but we're going to guess it.
Okay.
I see one. I'm going to line that up here. I'm going to line up here, and you do really want the center. in the middle.
Right there,
and
maybe?
then let's look at this. We want to get this. Okay, that's that. That's that. And look, that's
Yes.
in the middle.
Yes.
That's in the middle, but we better slide it over. Okay. Rotary cut, right? You hurt your tongue like this, and you do it. You go for it. Okay, so this is a new way that I have to rotary cut too, just like grab this thing. And so I did 2 sides. So now I'm just.
And I like
gonna,
how you're turning the mat. Okay.
I'm gonna just turn the mat, and hopefully nothing shifted. Okay. And the opposite sides. Okay. Oh my goodness. I forgot a side. Let me get back there. Okay, Alex. Now you and me, babe. We both get to throw. This
Okay,
is for
let me
you.
have it, please. 1, 2, 3.
Get rid of it.
There we go. Okay.
I know they were waiting for us.
I
Now you
know.
have 3, and now you have to get tricky because you have to put 4. You have to lay them out while I square up this one.
Okay. Do I have to press it? Or do I already press it?
No,
for
it's
you?
all pressed.
Okay, good, good,
But
good.
now you have to figure out. Look at the original one.
All right. I'll
and
work on that.
Figure it out. I know it's tricky. Okay.
But we are
It is.
tricksters.
I'm dyslexic. Do you know how
I am
hard-
dyslexic.
It is so hard when you're dyslexic.
I know it is, and I'm feeling big here right
I have
now.
to look at the pictures.
Okay,
I
there
get
we go.
it.
There we
Don't
go.
worry, I get it.
And how did we end up doing this? Let's.
It's easy until you have to put the block together, right?
Okay. This is
But
my.
look, if you think of X's and O's, okay? Do you see X's and O's?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay, I'll show you. This is really easy. This is gonna complete the X.
And then the O.
And that's the O.
Yay!
Woo! But there's more! Wait, there's more!
Okay.
Don't get too excited. We have to show you how to, you just sew the block. Okay, so anyhow, when you flip them right sides together, you're going to love this. So look at this.
They're going to go in opposite directions.
That's the idea. That's the idea. So see, they're going to lock together. Yeah, every seam locks together. See, you don't wrestle. See?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You go down and then you go across.
Okay, but this is really cool. You had me touch the center to see if there was a big, an outie
This
belly
is it.
button.
This is it. Okay. So whenever you go across the other way, you have to push the top seam up. This is important. Push the top seam up and push the underneath seam down.
Okay.
Okay. And I just used red thread so you could see it. So now first thing you do is take your seam ripper, cut that little thread. Okay, now I have to take off my glasses so I can see this. Okay, so then you just take your seam ripper and you just take out those little stitches. There.
Okay.
Gone. There's 3. Okay, just flip them over right here and just get your little seam ripper right in there. Take out those stitches. You take them up to this one going the opposite direction so your block doesn't fall apart. Good? Okay, open it up.
Ooh, it's gonna work.
And so now you just take the top seam and you start swirling around. And when you get to 6, I call this 12, 3, 6, it lays over and going up to 9. And that literally pops that little thing open
It's
right
so
there.
cute.
And then you just take your fingertip and you mush it good. You mush it good. You mush it good. See, this is what I like. You just take it and
There
you just
you go, just
mush
like
it
that.
good.
Here, let me get it for you. I love Eleanor. Don't go anywhere because when we come back, we're going to go back to log cabins and stripping, right?
On the next Quilt Show, our guest, Lynn Harris, is known for using scraps and little pieces in very meaningful ways.
Wait till you see the grandeur of what these little pieces can do.
Then, Lynn will show you how an improvisational log cabin block can open up possibilities in your quilting.
But with a surprise approach, I opened it up and I thought, oh, I cut it off. And I go, but I like it. I like it.
Plus, Alex was inspired by a comfort quilt given to her dad while he was on hospice, and she shares her touching story on the next Quilt Show. Celebration of 40 years of quilt in a day.
That is right.
As a matter of fact, look at us. We're wearing the t-shirts, right? So quilt in a day.
See, I'm better than you, Ricky.
Yes, you are. Now let's turn around because we want everybody to see the back. Yeah, we're stripping, right? Woo-hoo-hoo. And we got the whole crew is out there wearing everything today. So we're just quilting today crazy right now. So hopefully you can enjoy that as much as we are. And to bring it full circle,
yes,
your first book
yes,
was Log Cabin.
1978.
Right? And here is the original first copy of your first book.
And if you find this at a garage sale, do not sell it for $5. Very valuable.
Absolutely. And you've done variation, or what do you call them? Editions. Editions. And another edition. And I just understood that although you've done 114 books, that you're now doing 115th book, and it is
The Log Cabin.
The 5th edition.
5th edition.
That's amazing.
When Orion told me that I had to do the 5th edition this year, I wanted to smack him. I thought I was going to have a break.
Now that's what a mom can do to her son, by the way, just so you know, okay? So.
But there's so many new things in the 5th edition. I'm glad I'm doing it.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just enjoy and revel in the timeless log cabin.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Well, this is the block itself, and I've always done the 2.5-inch strips. I started with 2.5 for beginners because I want to get beginners started.
Right.
And so it's the center, and it's the first light, and then the first dark, second light, and it works from the center out.
And it's not so fiddly at that size.
I know, you can hold on to it. And we would take long strips and we would just assembly line sew them.
Do you guys remember this?
Just pedal to the metal.
Yeah, you start with your assembly and just keep going around and sew whatever the
whole strip along here. And the beauty of this is that it goes really fast sewing. But also, you did have to jump out of your seat, go and get a ruler and a cutter, and cut those long strips.
Right. And even then, they could still get a little inconsistent.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah,
they could. But we're getting older now, Ricky.
Please don't say that.
We figured it out. So we made this ruler. We just call it the original log cabin ruler, and now we are literally cutting the logs to size so that once you sit down at the sewing machine, you can have everything cut to size, all in one stack. You just sit down, you power.
No getting up. Chain piece, get it done. And look at how wonderful. You just stack them up and sit there and start sewing.
I know, it's all organized.
All right, show us how you cut these, because I was really, really impressed by the way you figured that ruler out.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so you just read the ruler. That's what's the best part. You just do what the ruler says.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so it says 2.5 by 2.5. It says center and L1.
Okay.
L1 for light.
And I'm going to go back over to the block so that if somebody doesn't know, there's the center.
Yes.
And there's L1, light 1.
Light
so
1.
that's the first two that we're going to cut.
Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is just trim off the salvage edge and get rid of it.
Absolutely.
And then you just slide. You put quilt in a day, right side up. If you're right-handed, you just start with the ruler and left. Just go this way. And so you just slide along, just cut. Get rid of it. Whoops, you do have to cut the whole way through. Okay, let's see if we can do this a little better, huh? Okay, cut. We'll just slide it along. And then once you have cut how many you need for your block, then for your blocks, then you just stack them up like this cute little stack right here. Okay, so we're gonna put all the lights and all the centers all together, and we're gonna make all this cute little stack stuff. Okay?
So there you go, you're getting organized.
Yes, you're getting organized. And so then these go away.
Okay.
And then you read the ruler.
Yes, read the instructions, Ricky.
Next it says you just keep the quilt in the day, slide it along, and now it says 2.5 by 4.5, L2.
Light number 2.
And D1.
Dark number 1. Let's go back over here because here is light number 2. So we started with the square, the first light number 2, and that's the exact same size for the dark number 1.
So you might as well cut them all together,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Right? And
Saving time.
Salvage edge.
There it goes.
And just slide it along. What do you think?
I'm excited.
I
so
know.
So you're just
I love it.
So
you
you're
can
just
do,
cutting them.
Oh my gosh. You can do them so fast and that everything is perfect. And you don't even really need to square them up in the end. They are perfect. They're really fun.
That's great.
Okay, but I have another method.
It's the space age now, right?
I know,
Or it's
I
even
know.
past the space
I
age.
know. It's just we have to keep on thinking of all these cool things to make it quicker.
Well, quilters' tools continue to evolve.
I know. So this is actually what we've done on our AccuQuilt cutter, and this time we are going back to the Fabulous 40 log cabin strips. So I have a die.
And that's in the book. That's
Yes.
your recent book that we showed earlier.
Yes, that's what we showed earlier. They're only 1 3/4 inches. So I have a die that's marked off 1 3/4 inches.
Right.
And what we did was go to the dark side. Now we also have the light side over here that's all arranged. That's the center. That's all ready too, but we're just gonna cut the dark side
For today, absolutely.
Yes. Okay, so if you look at the ruler, this is a 12-inch side that's in Fabulous 40 and a 6-inch side. And see all the marks? We just use those marks.
And that's the same thing. So this would be a strip, and I know I don't want to move it too much.
With the fabric.
Right, with the fabric. So this is a narrow, this is a little wider, the next one's a little wider, and each one of these fabrics is getting a little wider based on
the measurements.
The measurements.
Read the ruler.
Of course.
Read the ruler. And then it just keeps on going up. So what we've done, we're allowed to cut up to 6 layers. I say allowed, but sometimes I cheat.
But that's the best thing. Let's keep that
I know.
in the...
But I'm going to keep with 6 layers, and I'm actually going to let a little bit hang over on the side because you know what? We can use these edges. Okay, this is looking good.
I'm making sure that that's right there.
We're going to trim off the salvage edges. Maybe I better not show off, huh?
I'm telling you, maybe. We'll get it right there.
Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 logs.
Okay.
6 sizes of logs. And so now we put the mat on top, like so.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you remember Easy Bake Oven?
Oh, you know what? My grandchildren just got an Easy Bake Oven.
Oh, that's fabulous.
It works.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my go. I'm going to turn it on. I like the electric. Okay, so now.
You can get the crank version.
I know. I thought I would get the crank version and exercise, but forget that. I said, okay, I'm going right for the electric. So
this is when you can have a sip of coffee.
Just stand there and dance and do whatever you want to. Okay, and it's going to come off, and you don't even have to worry about this, Ricky.
Okay, just let it do its thing.
Yeah, because it won't drop off when it stops.
It just does that.
Whoop, I lied.
All right.
Okay, let's slide this over. So this is the amazing part. Are you ready for the amazing part? Okay, I like to put some pressure on my mat, swing it around and turn it because there's nothing worse than everything getting all messed apart. Okay, these are the edges. You can just take these, get rid of them.
Do we need to cut that a little bit?
Oh, yeah, you need that. Look how cute they are. Look at this. And out of one strip.
Sorry, I had to deal with that. That was my fault.
That's okay. So see, out of one strip going across, you can get 16 perfect size logs. Is that amazing?
Wow.
And
Dude,
look
these
at these.
guys.
Wow, Are you excited about that? We do need a little thread too. Is hanging. Oh, is that beautiful? And so it's just so much fun.
My life word is time.
I know.
And so, I mean, you know, the clock is ticking. So anything that I can do to save time on my quilts, I love it. So this is a great way to do that. And I'm glad that you've come up with this as well.
So we have a bucket list club at Quilt in a Day. You can join us. It's to get all your quilts done before you kick the bucket. Get it? You want to see my quilts?
I do. Alex, come over here because I want you to see these.
Come and see.
I'm
come
excited.
And fondle
I've
my
never seen this that I know of anyway. And I'm so excited. Can I say it? Can I say it, please?
Yes, yes.
This is Eleanor Burns' first log cabin. This is the first. I'm going to move over here.
This is my first log cabin. You get that corner. Well, I was given the fabric for babysitting. I put a sheet on the back, and as you can see, it still isn't finished. Isn't that great?
Oh my gosh, that's great.
My first quilt.
All right.
And I had no idea what I was doing. This is the quilt that I just made last week.
This is the first time it's ever been seen.
It is. And this is on the cover of the 5th edition log cabin. And you see, we've still kept with the 2.5-inch strips, but we added more color. And I think it makes it even more exciting. I have to admit, I'm just a topper these days. I only get my top done, and I send my quilts out to long arm quilters.
Nothing wrong with that.
But look at the center on that. Isn't it just beautiful?
Yeah. Beautiful.
It's just beautiful quilting.
Fun.
Dynamic.
Fun.
Is this your latest fabric too?
This is my Homestead line.
Okay.
These fabrics are the same as
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, the quilts we were looking at earlier.
Right.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And the backing is also, it's beautiful. This one my sister Patty did. And what we've done is switch to using even a 2.5-inch pre-cut strip roll. So it's like, okay, just skip
Can you grab that jelly roll over there?
2.5. Just skip cutting the 2.5-inch strips. Go right to the ruler and just start cutting your logs. And so it goes even. It's quilting half a day.
Yeah, there you go.
So Patty did this one.
Like you need a new brand.
Yeah, right. And this one, David just did over last weekend. We were lucky to get it sent out to the long arm quilter.
Huge.
He said that he pieced the top in 5.5 hours.
Whoa!
I would say that's quilting a day.
That's quilting a day.
But look at the little rickrack in there too.
Oh yeah,
It's
thank you for
wonderful.
noticing that.
Yeah.
It's very, very sweet.
What do you think, everybody? We can leave this one here, I think.
Thank you.
Just let it stay here.
Very, very fun.
Well, this has been super fun. And
Thank you.
Elle, I'm not sure when I got into your journey, but I know it was fairly early on.
Right.
I thank you for everything you have done
Thank you.
for the world of quilting, and I mean across the world.
And I think you would agree, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to say this is a really fun book, and as you said, it's almost like your autobiography. The pictures in here are a scream.
I know.
I get it. It's just...
I really, shared everything. I let everything hang out.
That's exactly right.
So, Miss Eleanor, go ahead.
I was going to say, and if by chance you've missed her
Legend
show, please go watch it, please.
Yes,
You will have an appreciation for her that is just over the moon.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
I don't know if you know how we end our shows,
Oh,
but we
yes,
say,
I do.
You do know?
Yes.
Can
but
you say it's a new day? Say it. Say it to them.
every day?
No, you say
It's a new day.
It's a new day. It's a new day every day.